What's up, faders? Welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Faded Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. And as you fine folks know, Got Faded Japan is about two dudes, booze, Japan, and the news. And faders, this is episode number 698, and it's a very special episode because in this episode, I am interviewing a very powerful, great, hilarious, awesome, good friend of mine, comedian, the one, the only, KAS Yamazaki. No, I'm joking. KAS Yamazaki. KAS, welcome to the show, man. Hi, Kampai. Give me some love.
What's up, everyone? Thank you for having me on.
Man, it is so great to have you on the show, man. I've been wanting to have you on the show for so long, but the thing is, we're like friends. We hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I go on, I hang out with you and Viawat and Jay and everybody, and we see shows and we drink or whatever. I'm like, I gotta get you on the show, but I hang out with you like every week, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. Now we're hanging out professionally.
Professionally, yeah.
So, man, speaking of being professional, man, you are like, it's like, there's like a group of comedians that are like the top comedians, stand-up comedians in Tokyo, and you're in that group. You, Dominic, Aphrodite, I mean, you guys are just like killing it and stuff. And yeah, I want to say congratulations to all your success here in Tokyo, man. You've been doing great.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
And so now it's going to be kind of weird because KAS is a friend of mine, and I'm going to ask him questions. So, KAS, as a professional, one to another, how did you get into stand-up comedy? Wait, wait. What time is it? It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm already faded. Oh, this is terrible.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, too.
Yeah.
It's every o'clock somewhere in the planet. But no, seriously, how did you get into stand-up?
So, it was some 4 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So I still have, I guess, a Netflix sub. And on Netflix, there are tons of specials, you know, stand-up specials by big names, Chappelle, I don't know, Tom Segura, whoever, Louis C.K. and whatnot.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
I love Bert.
So I started like binge watching those specials, and I found those shows like funny, you know. I like being funny. I like just goofing around, fucking around, and saying dumb shit.
Yeah.
That's what life's about. So, kind of started feeling like, oh, that's probably for me. Like, then I watched this one special by a guy named Anthony Jeselnik, and it fucking blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was everything I wanted. It's like he's so like edgy, offensive, and somewhat like, and then smart. It's like that's what I want to do. It's like I want to do that shit. It's so he has 2 specials on Netflix, and one of them Thoughts and Prayers. And in the final 15 minutes, he just explains his like philosophy towards like comedy and life itself, and that just fit. It all resonated with me. It's like, and right, it's like, so all my life I was told like I couldn't, you know, say offensive shit, just off-putting stuff just I come up with. Then I thought like I was wrong, but then when I watched that special, I thought, yeah, I could be myself. That's me, and I could be just offensive, and like go on with my life. Just some people just accept me for, you know, being a just degenerate, just offensive piece of shit, and that's fine. I felt I felt like I was freed from something.
Wow, that's awesome. So stand-up made the caterpillar into the butterfly.
Yeah.
The offensive, dirty butterfly. I love it, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I've got the same thing with podcasting. I was like, man, I can never speak my fucking mind. But now with the microphone and the internet, I can say anything I want, and I have. Man, that's awesome, man. Yeah, speaking of, dude, you got to get yourself a podcast too, dude.
Yeah.
Podcast is where it's at, man. You can say you could have, I mean, pretty much anytime you turn on the microphone, dude, in your bedroom, studio, wherever, or even if you take like what you call it, your podcast on the road, you can basically just like be in front of like millions of people and just do your like stand up or just like learn from people and stuff that you interview and get ideas for you that can add to your stand up. You know, I mean, that's what fucking Joe Rogan does. He interviews all these brilliant people and then he learns all this crazy shit and then he's like, fuck it, dude, I don't even have to write material. The material writes itself, and that's what he does.
Yeah, it's like when you like those podcasters, I listen to a lot of like comedy, like podcast by comedians, and they sound more like relaxed. They can just say they can bomb, and they can go on. It's like it's a fucking podcast.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, dude, I bomb all the time.
Yeah.
I'm very curious how often people laugh when I do the podcast. I mean, I get really drunk and I say a lot of dumb shit, especially on Monday nights when I do the podcast. But the thing is, it's just like, I'm wondering, like, you know, because I know what makes me laugh, you know? And so when I edit the show, when I just make sure, like, all the sound is correct and stuff, whatever. And so when I do that, I laugh sometimes at, like, what we're talking about. You know, I'm like, oh, God, that was funny. Oh, that's from right field. So, but I wonder what else, you know, everybody else laughs at. That's the problem with podcasts, you know? You can do one that's, like, absolutely hilarious, but you don't know if it's really funny.
Yeah.
Until somebody tells you, and sometimes my friends do tell me. But when they do tell me stuff about the podcast, it's usually like, hey, Johnny, that was kind of bad what you said. That was kind of taboo, you know? I mean, you can kind of joke about that, but God, dude, or you shouldn't have told that story, or boy, man, a lot of people are going to hate you now. But the thing is, they can't cancel you.
No.
I mean, a podcast is a pirate ship, dude, and a pirate ship cannot get canceled.
And it's the thing is when on that kind of podcasts, like there are two bodies just talking like fucking with each other, like
Yeah.
a lot of shit they are saying is not that funny, but they are buddies and they vibe with each other and they are laughing, and that makes us the listeners laugh.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Huh. You're still curious.
Yeah. You can not just podcasts. It's like when you are listening to like sports broadcasts and the play-by-play guy and the color commentators, when they are vibing, it's a good broadcast. I want to listen to that.
Yeah, I think vibing is really important when it comes to any kind of like audio. Well, also like video. I guess when you have like a couple of friends like doing like some kind of like a video podcast or something, like, or they're YouTubers, and you can just tell that these guys have known each other for a long time. And they're just having a good time doing the show, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but I'll be honest, I'm human just like everybody else, maybe. But dude, I love it when people argue. When they start fighting, or like when somebody touches like something that's a little bit off the right and narrow path or whatever, like when somebody like makes fun of somebody's like wife or something, or says something, you know, and all of a sudden like the other podcaster gets kind of pissed off. I fucking love that shit. And you know, that's the best thing, because like when they do start arguing and things do get heated and you can tell that it's like a real fucking thing, you're just like, damn, dude, this is real, this is raw, this isn't fucking Fox News, dude, this is fucking real, man. I fucking love that shit.
Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
All right, let me ask you, man. Do you think? All right, you saw Chris Rock's stand-up, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was powerful, dude. I almost cried at the end. I was like, "That was beautiful, Chris. You did it. You nailed it. Fuck Will Smith. Fuck him. Fuck his whole fucking family. You know. Oh my god, dude, that was great."
To be honest, I lost my focus halfway through, so maybe I need to rewatch it.
You gotta rewatch. You should, man. You should. I've always loved Chris Rock, man. But after seeing his last special, dude, like fucking, dude, I was like, dude, you were a 10 in my book, but now you're a 10.5. You get that bonus extra gold star. Yeah, dude, he's great, dude. It is fucking fantastic. Yeah. What do you think that was staged? Do you think that or real? When Will Smith went on stage and
that was real. I think
he did say the F word in front of the world, you know, and that was way out of Will Smith character, you know. Or maybe he is kind of an asshole in real life. Who knows? I always liked Will Smith, you know? Summertime, great song.
I don't know. I haven't really watched a ton of Will Smith movies.
Well, he did Men in Black and Independence Day. Fresh Prince, you know, from Below. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, he had the song. He did the score to that. And he did that one where he was like a drunk superhero. But, like, I mean, I'm a professional alcoholic, all right? And I can tell when somebody's faking. And so when somebody's faking being drunk, it just turns me off. I'm like, dude, no, man. If you're gonna... No, you're an actor. You should be better than this, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so anyway, Chris Rock, fucking 11. You get 11 gold stars. Speaking of gold stars, I got a lot of questions to ask you. Okay, so... All right, so I think we covered a lot of these just by our conversation. Let's see. Dude, how did you learn English so well? Your English is great. Did you live overseas or something?
Okay, so...
Actually, I don't even know the answer to this. Some of these I do know the answer to, but I'm asking them for you guys, but...
So there's a story.
Ooh, I love a Kazu story. Kazu story. Here we go.
So I went to the University of Alabama.
Holy shit.
Roll Tide.
Wow.
4 years. I stayed with like this host family the entire time. That's how I learned English. And so one night, so I and the host family, everyone, so we got shit faced. We did tons of drugs. We had no idea like who we were at all. So we came up with this.
You were in like what, elementary school or something? Fucking Alabama! Shame on you! Shame on you, Alabama!
Like, so
just the host family.
Yeah, and so we came up with this act that night. So, and it was so good. We went to pitch that act to a talent agent the morning after.
What?
Yeah. So we got there. And so the talent agent goes, what kind of act you guys got? So the family was the husband, wife, 2 kids, girl and the boy, and a dog. So we were all there. And as soon as the talent agent asked us that question, the dad got stripped naked, no clothes whatsoever.
Fucking Alabama.
And so he started undressing his wife and started fucking her.
Are you sure it wasn't California?
No, Alabama. I'm
God
pretty sure.
damn it.
I remember that. And then the 2 kids, girl and boy, they started fucking each other too, on the floor. Then the girl started jerking the dad off, and the son started going down on the mom. Now, by this point, some of you know that I'm telling the classic old joke of the aristocrats. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up the aristocrats.
Aristocrats, yeah.
Made famous by Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, the late Gilbert.
Now so that is a completely made up story.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I tell all the time when someone asks me how I learned English.
That's a great story. Holy smoke. Alabama, you're okay. So seriously, you lived in Alabama?
No.
You didn't?
I've never been to Alabama.
Why did you choose Alabama? I apologize to the very good people of Alabama that listen to this podcast.
Sweet home!
Alabama.
Where the skies are so blue, baby.
Oh, man.
No, honest answer to that question is, I learned English on internet.
On the internet?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's how I learned Chinese.
Oh, yeah. Ni hao.
Ni hao, at home.
Yeah.
To all our Chinese fans out there, what's up? All 4.5 billion of you guys, sign up for the Patreon. Oh, man. So you learn from the internet, like
Yeah.
what, like YouTube videos and stuff, podcasts?
Yeah, that too. Like watching a shit ton of shows. movies, shit posting on social media, Twitter, and whatever.
My God, dude, that's crazy. So many people spend so much fucking money learning English. You know, they spend money at these fucking terrible companies like Berlitz and GABA and all that shit, whatever, and they don't learn a goddamn thing. But you watch a little YouTube and you watch some movies, you listen to, like, I don't know, rock and roll, whatever, and all of a sudden, boom, you speak fluent English. Fluent to the point where you can get on stage and make up your own jokes and become like a famous comedian. That is fucking awesome. Internet, you're all right. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, well that answered like 10 questions. Let's see. Okay, what are some of the advantages of being Japanese and doing stand-up in English?
I guess I'm not speaking for myself. But most of them are my buddies, my friends, my fellow Japanese comics like Yuki Neves, I don't know, Shota, whoever.
Some good comedians, yeah.
I guess for them, you know, the audience expects them to say their perspective on things from not a native speaker, not someone brought up in the States, UK, Europe, Canada, wherever. Like, they can expect that kind of like different perspectives and make that kind of shit, the material.
Like Asian parents compared to Western parents, or like foreigners when they come to Japan, they don't know how to use chopsticks, stuff like that.
And or like, so this shit going on in the States now, and as a Japanese person, I think blah blah blah, that kind of bit could work, you know, for most of them. Yeah.
But don't you think they get stale after a while?
Maybe.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if I did that, if I was in your shoes, I would, like, if I walked up into a crowd, and if I was on stage and I walked up and I noticed that the whole crowd was like new to Japan, maybe they're all tourists, you know, you could kind of like play like, yes, I'm studying English now. Please forgive me for like not speaking English fluently. Every day I try to learn new words. Yesterday I just learned the word cuntalicious or something, you know, and then you can describe what cuntalicious is or whatever. And then you could actually, holy shit, this is a fucking bit. You could go up there and be like, I just learned from my English teacher the word cuntalicious. He said that cuntalicious is when, and then you could describe the most disgusting, heinous, most fucked up situation, and then go from there or something. You know, that's a fucking great idea. Cuntalicious. It's like on a birthday party. When you go to a birthday party and the girl whose birthday it is a real bitch, and she goes there and she sees the birthday cake, and before she blows out the candle, she licks the fucking candles and she puts it in her mouth just like a fucking. And you can just tell this crazy fucking story that doesn't make any sense, and everybody's waiting for the punchline, and then you say, and that's what cuntalicious means. And there's no punchline. I don't know, something like that. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm just a podcast comedian.
Yeah. Listening to that story,
you should take that. You should.
Nah.
Nobody listens to Got Faded Japan anyway. Cuntalicious.
Cuntalicious.
Is that a word? Like delicious and
you just made it a word.
This cuntalicious doesn't sound negative. It sounds kind of positive.
You could try it.
Cuntalicious.
Yeah, come to our open mic and you can try that bit.
All right, see, I've been told that so many times. Dominic told me to do that. Aphrodite told me to do this. She's like, come on to this open mic. See, the thing is, when I talk into the ether, where there's like countless people listening, like right now there's like tens of thousands of people listening to this, right? From all over the world. What's up, Finland? Estonia? Ho! You know, but the thing is, it's just like, I can do this, no problem. I could be here all night and talk and stuff, right? There's no problem with that. But the thing is, though, once I get in front of people, you know, like on a stage, I don't know how I'm gonna like behave. I'm gonna go up there and be like, I'll be like, was that D from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I'll be like, or something weird like that. I don't know, man. I'm definitely gonna have to be like at least like 4 or 5 sheets to the wind or some shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene in Always Sunny where they tried stand up. Yeah, I remember that scene.
She fucked the homeless guy. They said it was her manager. Oh, I love that show. Oh man. What do you see? God, I'm getting over a cold. Oh God, herpes sucks. Right now, no, my throat.
Can I go back to wait?
Well, you want to go through
Can
these
I
questions?
Go to my influence.
Yeah. I thought we already did the influences.
I needed to talk about that.
Oh, okay,
So,
cool.
yeah.
So, all right, cool. So, I've never had it. See, that's what happens when I have my friends on the show. They take over, like, nah, fuck your question. I want to answer this question. All right, you're a bro and you're a boss. Give me some love, man. Give me some kampai. So, Kaz, what are your influences?
So
And you can't say me.
No. So my biggest influence is Anthony Jeselnik.
Oh,
as I said earlier. So it's like I don't know. He's a version of my best self. Smart, quirky, edgy, looks cool. I don't know. I think I have a man crush on him. I don't know. It's like what I wanted to do. Anyways, so going back to earlier question. So what the advantage of being a Japanese comic? I have none because I don't wanna do as a Japanese person kinda material. I just wanna come up with smart jokes. Just like make shit up, tell like one-liners, dark one-liners. I want to do that.
It's a good answer.
And Anthony, so if you haven't checked his stuff, I recommend his jokes, his specials, his albums. He's just master of his craft, just dark comics. So I wanna write jokes in that style, dark one-liners, but also my other influence is Mark Normand. He's quick. He's weird, but just he makes his shit work. Other influences, Louis C.K. I guess.
Good.
Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. Every time I see an escalator, not even a broken escalator. Every time I see an escalator, I just say to myself, like, an escalator can never break. It just becomes stairs. Like, to myself, he's that good. It's just, if he was still alive, I wanna have drinks with him and just I wanna ask him, like, I would love to ask him how he came up with all that weird jokes. I would love to pick his brain.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Mitch is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I really appreciate like the class. I mean, I love all comedians, right? I love the new guys. I love the guys that are just getting up on stage for the first time because it takes a lot of balls to do that. But I also like the classics, you know?
Yeah.
When I say classics, I mean, I'll go all the way back to like Roseanne Barr. I think Roseanne Barr was a great stand-up comedian, still is. Andrew Dice Clay was and still is a great comedian. I mean, a lot of these old guys from like the 80s are pretty fucking awesome. Oh, Gilbert is awesome. Yeah,
he's something else.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, I loved his podcast. He had a podcast where all he did was just interview like old guys from Hollywood, like dudes that were like comedians or directors or actors, something like that, from like the 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. Yeah, I mean his podcast is still up and it's running. It's absolutely amazing. Check that out. He's got a documentary about his life that I haven't seen yet. I don't know where the fuck to find it, but yeah, Gilbert, classic dude. Fucking so. I mean, that he was friends with Andrew Dice Clay. They did a movie together called Ford Fairlane. Great movie.
I didn't know about that.
Ford Fairlane, great movie. Completely sexist, but a great movie. Oh my god, it's hilarious, dude. Man.
Also, I didn't mention earlier, another one of my big influences is Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to both Jeselnik and Bill Burr's podcasts. I see more myself in Burr than Jeselnik.
Really? Bill Burr, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How he can get so like hyped, like he can like get himself like hyped up, like
So
hype himself up.
Stop.
What the fuck is this and that? It's like I want to do that on stage. That's more like I feel like that's more my authentic self. But I just cannot make that style of bits work at this point. And also one-liners and Billboard style bits just don't go well together. So I cannot do both of that
Yeah.
in the same set.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. His perspective is fantastic. He's very... Now, I've never been to Boston, but everybody says he's very Boston. And just by watching a lot of movies about Boston or Boston movies or whatever, I can see it. Him being a Boston kind of guy, you know?
Yeah.
But I think he lives in L.A. now. So I guess you really can't take the Boston out of a Bostonite, can you?
Did you say that in that accent?
No,
Kenya, no.
No, I didn't say it in the
That's
Boston.
that's wicked.
I don't know how to, how do you say it? I don't even know how to talk a Boston. I don't even know how to say a Boston accent. No, that's more like old school fake New York. I could do a fake New York accent, but everybody can do that. Hey, you busting my butt. But that's more Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci's from Long Island. God damn it, or the Bronx. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, next question. Okay. Okay, yeah. Right now, faders, in Tokyo, stand-up comedy is fucking everywhere. There's a stand-up comedy bar. There's a lot of great places doing stand-up comedy. A lot of bars want stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy is fucking big. In fact, it's so big where there's just not enough stand-up comedians, right? It is absolutely insane. And my favorite place to see stand-up comedy is like where you performed last night, Harry's Sandwich Company. Harry's Sandwich Company is like one of my favorite restaurants in Japan. It is absolutely fantastic. It's a hangout. The stuff that Harry does, the events that he has there, like DJ events. He's got trivia nights. I mean, there's always something fun going on at Harry's, and the food is spectacular, and the comedy is absolutely killing it. You were there last night, man.
Yep. I can second what Johnny just said, and so the crowd there is always awesome. They know comedy.
They love comedy
because the thing is to make a comedy night work, comedy show work. The audience has to be smart. The audience has to know what a joke is, what humor is, when to laugh and what not. Gotta be smart enough to consume the content the comedians are putting up. Because if you are just if the audience is fucking dumb, it would not work no matter how great of a show comedians put. It just if the audience is fucking dumb, it's just not gonna go well. That's what I've learned from my years in comedy.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And Harry's is always a good time for stand-up comedy. And like I've been there. I've been there a handful of times to see you guys. I didn't see you guys last night, and I feel really bad about that. As I told you, I'm working on a project, and I just got to get it out into the public as soon as possible and stuff. So I missed the show last night, but I ain't going to happen again. I'm definitely going to be at the next one. But my question is, where do you see stand-up comedy in Tokyo in the next couple of years? I mean, because one thing, the tourist influence is fucking insane right now. I got a friend that works for I don't know if I should say it. Well, all right. I got a friend that may possibly be a very high-level person at one of the two major airports here in Tokyo, and he said there's so many people coming in to Japan that they don't think people are leaving Japan at the same rate. Like for example, for every 10 tourists that come in, only 6 leave, which doesn't make any sense. But there's like so many people coming to Japan every single day from all over the world, which means every single time you guys get on stage, there's going to be a full audience of people visiting Japan that want to see stand-up in Tokyo, right? So it's just like, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where like basically Tokyo is just going to explode. It's going to be like a fucking zip pop, you know? It's fucking nuts. I mean, dude, fucking last Saturday, I had an art exhibition, right? And I finished my art exhibition at fucking, 3 o'clock in the morning. And so after that, I hit the streets in Shibuya, 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, and the streets were packed with people. It was like Halloween, man. There's so many people. There's always British girls, but I saw these British girls rolling around in the street puking.
Jesus.
I wanted to videotape it, but I was like, dude, no, if I do that, it's bad karma. Somebody's going to videotape me when I do something stupid.
Authentic London experience.
No, it was Tokyo. It was Shibuya. It was so crazy. So my point is that, like, it's just, Tokyo's just getting so oversaturated with tourists. What do you think is going to happen to the comedy scene? Is it going to just like explode here? Is Tokyo going to be like the number one comedy scene in fucking the world or something? What do you think?
Let's see. It's growing for sure. It's getting bigger.
Good.
But also, we gotta take it to the right direction. Because I don't know if I should say this. But a lot of Tokyo comedy right now is just woke.
Oh, woke?
And so, let me say this. So everyone has a different definition of woke these days. But to me, woke is not being able to accept that other people have different opinions.
So basically, woke is censored comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
Comedy is expressing your weird opinions and thoughts and laugh at them. That's comedy, I think.
I agree.
Now, let's see. You can say so if you have a penis, you are not a woman. You can say that it's okay to have that opinion. That's not a phobia. You think about shit and you come up with that conclusion, and it's okay to express that opinion on stage. And we can just, accept each other that, okay, you think that way, that thing about that way because you went through that kind of thoughts. You've lived your life that way. You've been here. Your parents were like this. So now you came up with that conclusion. That's fine. I and you say are different, and that's okay. But these days it's like, if you are conservative, these are the opinions you can have. If you are a liberal, you cannot have like this kind of these opinions. And the world is just divided into two, and I'm not just talking about American politics. It's like the entire world is like that to me, and it's like what open-minded truly means is, in my opinion, like I said, accepting each other's differences, including opinions on you. I might think of you as something. I see you as this thing that is different from your own perception of yourself. But because you are not what you think you are what other people think you are. It's okay. I'm pretty sure there are people who see me as a piece of shit, racist, whatever.
What?
That's fine. because I present myself as such, that's okay. But I just have my own opinions and thoughts, and that's okay. I just wanna hang out with people who can accept differences. And like I said, if you can laugh at that, that's fine. And that's what comedy is in the end.
Okay, I agree with you, and you're actually, thank God you're on this podcast, because this podcast right here, Got Faded Japan, we brutally believe in freedom of thought and freedom of speech. You can think anything you want, you can say anything you want, and if it's in humor, it's in humor. If it's sincere, it's sincere and stuff. But I've never heard of anybody call you a racist. No, never. Not at all. And if somebody did call you a racist, I think they might have some fucking mental problems.
Right.
So fuck them. I've never heard anybody say that. And if they, God, that's fucking weird. It's like somebody calling me a racist.
I've never been called a racist.
Oh, they haven't? Oh, okay. Then I thought you had a problem. I was like,
Yeah,
shit,
but
dude.
I've never-
I'm gonna have to call some fucking people. I know some fucking people, dude. I'm gonna get on my phone. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I need some help. I'm joking. I know some other. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, dude. No, I've never heard of anybody say. Actually, nobody says anything bad about you. Never. Yeah, actually, everybody says the best about us. I mean, fucking, I've had like a lot of people on the show, and I'm not fucking. We got tons of mutual friends. Nobody's ever said anything bad about you whatsoever. And if they did, they got to deal with me. So fucking
That's
watch
good
your
to
mouth.
hear, man.
Hell yeah,
That's
come
good to
by.
hear, man.
So fuck yeah, dude. But yeah, and fucking yeah, dude. When it comes to fucking stand-up comedy, dude, fucking, you're supposed to say shit that's fucking off topic and stuff that's taboo and stuff. That's what's funny. If you're like, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches is made with peanut butter and jelly. Ha 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 ha. Now that's not fucking funny at all, because fucking that's something that everybody thinks about. The thing about comedy is you got to think about what people don't think about, and you got to say fucking things that are sometimes outrageous.
It's like,
yeah.
Can I say, okay, something might steer controversy?
Well, don't dig a grave.
Okay. Anyway,
the bodies are in the trunk.
Yes. I've been to open mics, and there are quote unquote so-called woke comics.
Yeah.
They
Wait, do they call themselves woke comics? They say, I'm a comic and I'm woke. Or do they say, I'm a woke comic? Or are they just like kind of considered that? Right?
Let's see.
So I don't know this. I know podcasting comedy, but I'm actually quite familiar with stand-up comedy, but I don't know.
Let's see. So they are the new neoliberal comics. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so those people, they go up on stage, and the first thing they say is, I'm non-binary. I identify as this weird thing. Whatever. Non-binary. It's like, then just say that. That's a fact. Okay, that's your thought. Not a punchline or whatever. Not humor. But people just clap. People just cheer at that statement. That's when you know it's a bad room, because
Wait, this is open mic, right?
Yeah.
Oh, because they're amateurs. They don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're not real stand-up comedians. They're trying it, and they figure if they do this, they're going to get an applause, warm up the audience, and then go from there. Yeah, dude, it's a fucking cheap joke.
Yeah.
It's like me going up there and saying something that everybody's going to agree upon. If I say, I fucking hate Donald Trump, and I was like, yeah! Then I tell like fucking like a joke about peanut butter and jelly. It's
said,
cheap, dude. But I mean, it's for But if it's for like somebody that's doing stand up for the first time, maybe they're nervous and they want to get that first kind of like applause.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm like, I understand why they do it. I mean, I'd probably do the same thing. I'm like, everybody hates Nazis, right?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, good, thank God. All right, peanut butter and jelly.
So as a comic, I know that feeling, alienating feeling, just bombing for 5 minutes. It's
Wait a second. What if I say like everybody hates a Nazi, and no one's like, yay, but there's one Nazi in the audience. He's like, boo.
That could happen, but
not in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's like so.
That's funny.
Yeah, the first time. So your first set ever and you bomb for 5 minutes. That crushes your soul. But
Yeah.
you gotta overcome that feeling. Real comics. If you are a real deal, like you know how to like you gotta figure out how to just get on with. You gotta overcome that feeling. You gotta
Yeah.
figure out, and that's how you just grow up. You grow up as a comedian.
That's true, man. You fucking if you skateboard, you do BMX and shit. If you don't fucking crash, you don't break a bone and stuff. You're not learning. So yeah, same thing with comedy, dude. You gotta fucking bomb. You gotta have those terrible sets where everybody hates you and they throw fruit at you and beat you up after and pull on a couple of your teeth. Hey, man, this is part of the fucking job. Oh man. Okay. Do you do battles?
I have done one roast battle.
Roast battle, that's it. Yeah, have you done a roast battle? What do you think of those? I think sometimes they're a little too mean. I'm like, oh, wow, you really insulted his son that's in a wheelchair. God, that's fucking dark, dude. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think of those?
It's fun.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not against it. It's like, but it's a different animal. It's like. It's closer to a wrestling match
Oh, really?
than traditional comedy. You gotta like read the room, and sometimes you gotta abandon the jokes you've prepared. And that is a whole different set of skills. And that's a learning experience, and it's fun. But also, so in a tiny scene like Tokyo, everyone knows everyone, and it's less fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Other scenes like LA, I've heard that this is what I've heard. LA, New York, so there are shitloads of comedians.
Yeah.
They don't
many.
know each other. So like you are like roasting this other person, and it's like they just come up with roast jokes just based on that fact that person exists, and that feels more fun.
Yeah. I guess if you know somebody, you could actually push some pretty bad buttons. Yeah, destroy your relationship. You won't be invited to the barbecue. Oh man. Okay. And all right. What about hecklers?
Hecklers.
Are there hecklers in Tokyo? I've never seen a heckler in Tokyo.
I haven't really encountered one. There was some instances where someone in the audience kept talking during my sets.
Oh, that's the worst.
That is annoying. And so I think when you have one of those people, you gotta come up with like, with something clever to shut them up. Hey, but also it's hard to come up with a clever counter while you are delivering your jokes. It's like you're delivering jokes, but also you gotta come up with a clever something to shut them up. It's like it's too much for my brain.
Yeah, dude, in a second language too, faders. Like, I mean, for all you guys that are listening to this podcast, if you haven't noticed, I mean, because we're doing video and audio and stuff. By the way, faders, if you're listening to us right now, we do have YouTube. Subscribe and like all this shit. But the thing is, it's just like, KAS is Japanese. He learned English, and then he learned stand-up on top of that, dude. This guy's a fucking genius in my book.
Oh, thank you so much,
Of course, man, dude. That's fucking. I could never do that in Japanese, dude. If I had to do Japanese stand-up, I'm like, Minasan, konnichiwa, genki, wasabi suki desu ka? Doshio. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Dude, I would fucking bomb. Actually, I bomb in any language. I bomb in English, Spanish, French, German, whatever. I don't even speak those languages, but I motherfucking bomb, dude. So actually in Tokyo's kind of like, I guess like heaven because there's not that many hecklers compared to like, I think Los Angeles, you go to LA, you go to Chicago, especially New York, you're going to get a fucking lot of hecklers because a lot of people in the audience think they're part of the show, so I think that's good. And,
Yeah, so going back to what I said earlier, you can heckle, but you gotta be really fucking clever. You gotta... You are a part of the show, so you gotta just, if you heckle, you gotta be really fucking clever. You just, because if you are like, if you yell something damn at me, it's like, it makes me go, like that's too fucking damn, and it's like, it's not even worth coming up with a counter to that. It's like,
yeah, it's pointless.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna heckle, well, actually, just don't. Don't heckle. Don't heckle. Stay away from heckling. Okay. All right. 2 more questions. All right. First one is, what advice do you have for anybody that wants to be a stand-up comedian? Like, let's say, I mean, there's a lot of people listening to this, right? A lot of people watch. Well, some people are watching this on YouTube, but the thing is, for all the people out there that want to come to Japan and do stand-up, what do you recommend?
Let's say, this is, even if you are not trying to come over here, let's say if you wanna get in stand-up, think before you do. And am I weird enough? People give me shit for having weird thoughts and opinions. You gotta ask yourself that. Like, have you ever been forced to go to therapy for jokes you've made? Has that ever happened to you? If maybe it doesn't have to be that extreme, but like, do you have just something? Do you have just opinions that you haven't been able to express? Are you fucking weird and struggling to express them around the people you know? It's like, because I've made remarks that got me into forced therapy, and
whoa,
yeah,
really,
yeah,
on stage you're like, man, let me tell you something. Then you tell it, and then all of a sudden after that you got to go to therapy. I think that's bullshit. I think being on stage is the therapy. You go on stage and you fucking start.
Not on stage.
Yeah.
This was like way before I started stand up, but.
Oh, you have your thoughts. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
in any social situation, you have been like this.
Oh.
Because you have the talent for comedy, I think.
Oh, yeah. So if your thoughts get you in trouble, you can either be a stand-up comedian or an artist.
Yeah, and any successful artist is like that, I think.
Fucking tell me about it, dude. Do you know how much trouble I've been in? I get in trouble all the time these days. Not for these paintings right here, by the way, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about, faders.
But yeah, society is just made of like, society is full of just just boring as cunts, pieces of shit. So you are not. You are interesting. You are funny. You have weird thoughts. Then you have talent. That's my opinion.
Awesome. All right. Cool. All right, KAS, what can you plug? What kind of what are you doing in the next week, next month, next year? So, where can people find you, basically?
Okay,
This is your time to shine, my man. And then we're gonna get more drinks. God damn, I drink this too fast.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
All right. We are Make Tokyo Laugh. We are a collective of comedians, and so we have open mics everywhere. We have an open mic this coming Sunday. I don't know when you are listening to this, but this coming Sunday, Pyramid 55 bar in Shibuya.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Dominic loves that place.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this coming Wednesday, next Wednesday, June 28th, we have an open mic at Titans in Otsuka, my favorite place in Tokyo.
Titans is
Place.
awesome. Yeah.
And check us out on Instagram at Make Tokyo Laugh.
Make Tokyo laugh. Make Tokyo laugh. Make Tokyo laugh. So if you say something 14 times, you can't forget it.
Yeah.
Make Tokyo
Tokyo
laugh.
laugh.
Make Tokyo laugh. Make Tokyo laugh. Hey, make Tokyo laugh. There we go. That's almost 14. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. KAS,
Then
dude.
hold on.
Can I? Please,
okay.
yes.
And
yes,
as for myself,
Yes.
my Instagram account is at even weirder odd like weird odd Yakovic.
You're going to have to spell
even,
that out, dude.
even weirder.
You're going to have to spell it out, dude. Everybody
right.
listening to this right now is fucking at least like a 6-pack deep.
All right.
at EVEN.
Even weirder.
WIERDER.
Odd like Odd Yakovic. Weird Odd Yakovic. You know the weird guy with the hair.
Weird Al
Yakovic.
Yakovic.
Yakovic? I don't know how to pronounce his
All right,
name.
we're definitely gonna have to spell this out. I've got you on
A-L.
Instagram.
Oh, you know, whatever.
It's gonna be in the show notes. Go down in the show notes and follow KAS on Instagram. You got to do that. KAS, is there anything else you want to plug?
I might start a Substack or whatever. I used to be a writer. I wanna write again, so.
Yeah, definitely, man. And actually, later, just send me like all the links that you want to plug, and I'll just put them in like the show notes and stuff. I'll do that tonight and stuff. That'd be totally cool.
All right, that's cool,
Dude,
man.
let's get some beers, man. Let's get some
Yeah,
motherfucking beers.
This was so fucking fun,
Dude, thank you
dude.
so much,
Yeah.
man. Awesome. And faders, we've got our sponsors, and then after our sponsors, me and Jeremy, we did the news. We did 5 stories, and that's from we did the news about 4 days ago, and so maybe some of the articles might be a little old because I think everybody on the Titanic boat died. I think
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, you guys.
Hey,
well, I mean, fucking, you got in a guy. Dude, you got in a guy's science experiment, and you went and tried looking for the Titanic. You
knew what you were getting into, so.
Literally, absolutely. But anyway, I think we covered that story. So we covered that story, and that's when the story actually broke. And we're like, faders, this is breaking news. 5 people got into a submarine and went looking for the Titanic, and they are lost. This is big news. Oh my God, what happened? And I made some really probably off-color jokes. I was like, well, why don't they go to Disneyland? Because you go to Disneyland, you can go on that one ride, 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's completely safe. You can be completely drunk when you do it, too. Nobody cares. But, so anyway, so some of the stories might be a little... Well, actually, that story's probably the latest. Everybody's dead, so we know now. Rest in peace.
And we are gonna forget about them next week, so...
Probably.
News cycle,
Yeah. God, that was what a fucking crazy story, man.
Yeah.
Fucking you get all these like super rich people. They go in like somebody's science experiment. Like there's an interview with the guy, the CEO, and he's like, "Yeah, I was just at Barnes and Noble and I bought this book or whatever about how to make like a submarine, and so I kind of figured it out and stuff. And then I went to a Home Depot and I got this garden hose, and I figured if you cut a garden hose like at 30 degrees right here, you could actually wrap it around this thing and use it for an oxygen tube." And you're just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This guy's gonna go 2 miles under the fucking, into the ocean to fucking find the Titanic? And all you gotta do is just watch the fucking movie to see the fucking Titanic? What the fuck is going on? Anyway.
It's not even the best Kate Winslet movie.
It's not?
No. Eternal Sunshine.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, that's the one with Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. Oh, man, dude, I can't believe those guys did that. I mean, if I had $250,000 to blow on something that might kill me, it would definitely be Budweiser. And Budweiser is a sponsor of Got Faded Japan. So if you like
Really?
No, I'm joking.
I
We're the new sponsor.
I cannot stand the rainbow on the can.
I know they can't do much worse, dude. They can't do. At this point, they're like, we'll sponsor Got Faded Japan. Fuck it, dude. We're already at the bottom of the barrel. We're already blacklisted in the alcohol content companies. Anyway, Faders, thank you so much, and KAS, once again, thank you so much for being on the show.
Hey, thank you for having me on. It was great. It was fun. See ya, guys.
Yeah, dude. Well, we're gonna go
Ciao.
drinking later. We're gonna drink tomorrow. Peace. See you. Enjoy the sponsors. Whoa. Look at all this. Hey, what's up? I'm Johnny, aka the Spilled Ink, the one and only, and today I'm going to make a popsicle painting. I'm really excited to do this. I've got all my paints here. It takes about this much paint to make a popsicle painting, and I've got my two other most important ingredients. Very strong hot coffee. Oh, actually, that's not that hot, but still, it's strong coffee. And I've got punk rock music. With these two things, nothing could go wrong. All right, with that said, let's rock.